I'm Joe Panetta. I'm President and CEO of BIOCOM. First, I'd like to thank Amylin Pharmaceuticals for hosting us here today, and I'd thank you all for joining us. Joining me also are Keith Valentine, President and Chief Operating Officer of NuVasive, and BIOCOM board members Steve Mento, President and CEO and co-founder of Conatus Pharmaceuticals, Herm Rosenman, Senior VP of Finance and CFO of GenProbe, and Harry Leonhardt, Senior Vice President, Legal Compliance and Corporate Secretary here at Amylin. For those of you who aren't fully aware of BIOCOM and what we do, we have approximately 560 members. We're one of the largest regional life science associations in the world, and we are the advocate for the Southern California life science community. As you've seen from our brief recent economic impact report, the life science industry is a major economic driver here in the San Diego region, and it accounts for more than 42,000 employees and 1,700 life science companies with an impact of about $22 billion on the regional economy. Last week, a committee of our BIOCOM board members representing the breadth and the spectrum of BIOCOM members interviewed all four of the major candidates for mayor of the city of San Diego. One candidate, Nathan Fletcher, stood out among the four. Assemblymember Fletcher's passion and his vision for the future of our city and his energy to work with all sides gave us confidence that he will be successful as the mayor of San Diego for the 21st century. It's in this spirit that I'm very proud to announce BIOCOM's endorsement of Nathan Fletcher for mayor of the city of San Diego. We don't take this endorsement lightly. Nathan is the only candidate at any level of government that BIOCOM has endorsed for the June primary. Our bar is high, and Nathan has exceeded it, obtaining a majority endorsement vote by our 60-member board of directors. Nathan's record of accomplishment and his bold vision for the future of the city of San Diego made him an overwhelming choice for BIOCOM's endorsement. Let me give you a little bit more detail behind why we chose to endorse Assemblymember Fletcher for mayor. Prior to his election to the State Assembly in 2008, Assemblymember Fletcher met with BIOCOM to discuss our legislative priorities, and high on that list was enactment of a single sales factor corporate tax apportionment in California, a formula which rewards companies who invest in California by building facilities and employing Californians. BIOCOM and other California stakeholders had tried fruitlessly for many years to have this legislation enacted. And within 3 months of being sworn into office, Assemblyman Fletcher was instrumental in getting the single sales factor enacted into law. He's continued to work with BIOCOM and the life sciences industry on issues such as the 2009 water bond measure passed by the legislature and signed into law by the governor, assuring that BIOCOM's concerns were addressed. Nathan also worked closely with others in the San Diego delegation to make sure that facilities engaged in research and development would be given due consideration in water allocations. In Sacramento, partisan politics are often more important to members than their constituents' needs. But Nathan has always been different. He's reached across party lines from time to time, as he was first elected establishing a trust and unique rapport with members of both parties. Perhaps nowhere was that more evident than in the enactment of Chelsea's Law, major reform of criminal law authored by a Republican in a town where that combination usually results in legislation being routinely dismissed. Last year, he worked closely and tirelessly with Governor Brown, trying to enact a jobs package to help California's economy, many elements of which BIOCOM actively supported. In our committee's interview with Nathan, he discussed a vision for the city of San Diego as a globally competitive city with a well-educated and well-trained life science workforce, beginning with strong math and science programs in our schools. He spoke not only of dealing with our city's infrastructure challenges, but of recruiting talent from across the globe and of representing us in leading cities where America's most innovative city needs to be promoted. I'll close by saying that we at BIOCOM do not regard Nathan as a politician. We instead have come to know him as a trusted representative, someone who will put the needs of his constituents and the community at large ahead of his own interests. With that, I'd like now to introduce our candidate for mayor of the city of San Diego, Nathan Fletcher.
Thank you, Joe, and BIOCOM, and to all of our friends who are here. many of those have been with us from day one. One of the most important challenges facing the next mayor of San Diego is rebuilding our economic base. It's making sure that San Diego is a competitive environment for job growth, for good jobs. And the companies and the jobs that BIOCOM represents are those jobs of the future. They pay good wages, they take care of their workers, but they also make the world a healthier, safer, better place. And to truly embrace what it's going to mean to become the world's most innovative city, we will embrace and help and promote the companies that BIOCOM represents. There is a real difference in the way cities treat and deal with their economic base. There's a real difference in having a mayor as a regional leader who not only understands but listens to the needs of economic leaders, of job creators, of those who are out there every single day. And I can say as mayor, I'll take my highest priority to be rebuilding our city and our economic base and listening to these leaders that you see represented here. As Joe mentioned, we did that in the Assembly. In my campaign for mayor, or for state assembly, going out and saying, what are the things you need to be successful? And then we went to Sacramento. We worked with people regardless of party. We didn't accept no for an answer. We fought hard until we got to yes, and I'm honored to say that we have delivered on things that have helped make California more competitive. I will bring that same spirit into the mayor's race. A collaborative spirit that isn't there to play partisan games, that isn't there to continue a problem to campaign on, that isn't there to exploit or demagogue an opponent. A collaborative spirit that says the goal is being a competitive environment for job creation. The solutions we know, and we will work together to get there. I appreciate tremendously the support and endorsement of BIOCOM. It means a great deal, continues a great upward trend of momentum that we have in this campaign. And I look forward to working with all the members of BIOCOM as we not only win this election, but then really get to rebuilding San Diego. Thank you all for being here today, and I would be happy to take any questions if there are any. Gonna do it off the side? Okay.